So today we're going to talk about campuses, accommodation, the transport we have on offer, the Students' Union, the sports you can do here, new facilities, opportunities, Oxford and its social life, along with what happens at and after graduation. So as you may have already found out, we've got 5 campuses in the city. You're currently on Headington campus, and of course we've got the other campuses which we're going to talk to you about in a sec. So on Headington campus we have health and life sciences, humanities and social sciences, and technology, design and environment subjects.
Across the road is our Headington Hill campus. This is where our drama studio is, art department, and as well as our law department.
And then on Wheatley campus, you've got maths, computing, along with the engineering subject, and of course the business school.
And over at Harcourt Hill is our School of Education, Communication, Media and Cultural Studies, and any other social sciences that are not based on this campus.
And then finally, at Marston Road campus are some of the health and life sciences subjects, such as physiotherapy, osteopathy, and all the other nursing-related courses.
So you might be wondering, where do I live when I come to university? Here at Oxford Brookes, we have different types of accommodation on offer. We encourage our first years to go into halls, and if you choose Oxford Brookes as your firm choice, you're guaranteed one of your 5 options. So these vary in prices. So if you go for a catered or self-catered or en-suite or non-en-suite, the prices will vary. This year, these are the prices that they're currently paying at the moment. As well as on-site, you get a laundrette, so you can do your washing on campus as well. You usually share your room, your flat with another 5 people. So altogether, there'll be about 6 of you. It's a great way to meet new people, so I do encourage everyone to go into halls for their first year. Another thing is you're not allowed a car when you move into halls. It's not something that is enforced by Oxford Brookes University. It is enforced by the local in Oxford. So if you do have a bike, that's probably the easiest and quickest way to get around the town.
So what happens after first year? There's actually a range of options for you. I've not yet left halls, I'm still in them. I've decided it's the easiest way. If something goes wrong, you just scream for maintenance, they come and fix everything pretty quickly. It's easier to budget with because it's a certain set amount of money per month. You can have as much hot water and heating on as you want because you've already paid for it. You don't have to worry about saving money in the winter and if you're in a private house. Having said that, there's some really good private houses in Oxford, but also some really bad private houses. It's hit and miss with a good and bad landlord. If you do decide to go to private housing, please bring your housing contract to the accommodation office. They will check it, make sure that you've got no bogus clauses and so that you get a really good deal. They can never recommend anyone, but they can tell you who to avoid from previous years of bad experience. So do make sure you do that if you decide to go with private rental. However, there is one other option, and that is university managed housing. And with that, what happens is that the university acts as the middleman between the landlord and you. So they divvy up the house by room rather than as the whole thing. So if someone drops out of the house, it's not going to be on your shoulders to pick up their part of the bill, exactly like it would be in halls. They often do bill deals to say, make it £10 a week so it's easier for you to budget, and that then includes everything. So that's a little bit of an easier way to be in housing, and through those options there's a range of things for you to be able to do. And some of the halls are for second year students upwards, which I must say is a really nice thing, because when you're a first year, it's great to be with all the other first years, but once you're a second year, that's not exactly something you want to be with all the time.
So when you're staying in halls, you all get a free bus pass. This links you to all the different halls of residence across the city, as well as linking you to the coach stations, train stations, and anywhere that you pretty much need to go as a student. They run a late night bus service, which is usually on Wednesdays and Fridays. So if you want to go on a night out, you can catch the bus there and back. And as mentioned earlier, if you have a bicycle, we encourage you to bring it because it's probably the quickest way to get around Oxford. It'll probably take you 5 minutes to get down the hill, but maybe a bit 10-15 minutes to get up. But it's great exercise. You don't necessarily need to join the gym.
So then we've also got some absolutely fantastic countrywide links. You've got the 24-hour coach to London. It goes all through the night. It runs every 15 minutes during the day. With your bus pass, which I've got to mention, that for the duration of your halls, you're in halls, but also if you're paying £9,000 a year, you will have that for the duration of your course. So that gets you a £10 discount return to London. As I said, it runs all day, so you can go out clubbing in the evenings if you wish in London, but also to go see a piece of the theatre or anything like that. Direct buses to Heathrow and Gatwick every hour, buses to Luton and Stansted if you ever feel the need to take a mid-semester break and go on holiday for the weekend or anything like that. Not that we advise you to do that, but it is easily possible. And as well, with direct trains from the train station to London in an hour and to Birmingham, and from there you can change anywhere, so you can easily see all your friends at other universities, but also go to other cities if they ever have talks or things on which are really useful for your course to go and see.
So every university has a students' union, and this is our student union body currently. As of September, there will be a new team. The student union body are elected by the students for the students. So some of the things that they do, they represent the students here at Oxford Brookes University. So they have a team of student reps which help with different courses and different modules as well. So if you have any issues with maybe the classes, the lectures, or anything like that, do speak to the students' union, the representatives of the student union.
Along with that, there's a really, really good advice centre here. So be that something as sad as bereavement in your family, or whether you just need advice as to how to pay your bills and things like that, come to the SU. They'll put you in the right path to the right people to help you as much as they can. And along with that, and linked to that, is the University Advice Centre. So they'll put you in touch with whoever's going to help you, either be that SU or university. And they are a really, really great team, and they're here to help you as much as they can.
One of the other great services that we have here at Oxford Brookes University is our safety bus. Parents love this because they know that their kids are safe whilst they're here at university. So the safety bus runs between 10 p.m. and around 4 a.m. in the morning. So you can probably work out what it's there for. But however, it's not only there for maybe a night out, but if you've been in the library late at night, or you're coming from somewhere really late and you don't want to have to get on the public transport, do give them a call. They'll give you a reference number and they will come and pick you up. They run on a donation, so they'll probably ask for a donation of £1. However, if you don't have that £1, that's still fine. They'll still take you home just to make sure that you're safe. And they're all trained volunteers, which are all students here at Oxford Brookes.
But don't call them if you're in London. They're not going to pick you up from London, just if you're in Oxford. So on to Freshers Week. This is what happens in Freshers Week, but it will happen in no particular order. You'll enrol, you'll get your timetable, meet the tutors, join the medical centre. We've got a medical centre here on site. It's there so that we can treat you as best as we can and make sure that you're really in good health. They're really clued up for all the different student illnesses that often start at the beginning of term. But that's also so that we don't clog up the local system, but also that locals don't clog up our system. Along with that, there's computer courses, study sessions, healthy eating advice clinics. If some of you have never cooked away from home before, there's some little lessons to make sure that you will be able to survive on your own. And then obviously social activities and Freshers Fair and Sports Fair.
The Freshers Fair is a great opportunity to join so many different societies, which we will come on to later on. But this is also another chance to meet new people and just join in with the vibe and the community here at Oxford Brookes. So there will be loads of different things on offer. There will be different companies that do promotions. So last year they had Domino's Pizza. You just sign up to their app, you get free pizza. They had Moams, Nando's, all different things. And they usually always have the Oxford Tube. Like we mentioned earlier, with your Brookes Pass, you get £10 discount, but with this ticket, you get £1 return to London. So it's a great thing to be involved in as well. So do check out the Freshers Fair if you do come here, or any other university, they all have Freshers Fair.
So on to societies. As you can see, we've got an absolutely massive range of societies here at the university, ranging from sports-based, which to mention are not sports teams, that's another page to come later, and then to social societies, subject societies, a huge range for you to pick up and do. So to say pick one, for example, from social road trip. Although we mentioned you can't have a car in halls of residence, for those students living out of halls in houses who may have a car already, they've started a society called Road Trip. So what they do is you can sign up and then they go on road trips to say Alton Towers, down to Paris, things like that. So it's a really fun thing to do to make new friends and to have a nice time to relax outside of university life. But contrasting that with, say, a subject society like Oxarch, this is something that I know about because next year I'm actually going to be vice president of it, and so at the moment we're sort of arranging all the different lecturers and people to come and talk. So we get in designers, architects, people like that, to come and give us a lecture about something interesting that we don't normally get taught about in the normal lecture environment. So we get to learn something new. We have socials afterwards, we go out to, say, the pub, but also we've got football teams linked to our society. So it's a really fun thing to do. As we said, it's a great way to make new friends, but also to go and do and learn something new.
Just to single out one society is the Brookes Radio Society. All the equipment was funded by the Students' Union. So they're usually on air 4 to 5 days a week. And one of our colleagues, Joe, actually has a football chat show every Friday on there. So do listen up as well. So if you want to get into maybe journalism or radio or anything like that, that's something great to get involved in. However, it's not necessarily just for anyone who wants to get into journalism or studying media. You can just, if you want to do something with your friends or by yourself, if you have an interesting topic that you can probably talk for weeks on end, definitely join the Brookes Radio Society.
So to give you a different example, this is the Oxford Brookes Assassin Society. But don't worry, you're not actually killed on campus, it's just a game. But what this involves is, the president is actually one of the student ambassadors, and she saw that a different university had the society, and it was a fun game where basically you have a wristband, and if the wristband's pulled off you, you're dead. And by the end of the semester, there's less and less people around, so that they sort of see who's the last assassin. And she started it up with her own friends, so all of the rest of the people are actually her flatmates, and they just pitched the idea, and at Freshers Fair turned up, and they actually got 150 signatures. So in the second semester we've just had, they've been having this huge game during the campus, during the semester. But it just shows you that anything is possible to have a society. So if there isn't one that takes your fancy, do feel free to start one up. When I was first here as a degree student back in 2009, there was a Pokemon society. So really anything is possible. So on to sports. We've got a fantastic range of sports on offer at this university. So we've got 6 sports of excellence. These are basketball, climbing, cricket, hockey, rowing and rugby. And these 6 sports have just got a little bit more funding because they really are top class. If we single out rowing, for example, we're medalists at the Beijing Olympics and at the London Olympics. It's a phenomenally good sport here at university. However, on the flip side, you'll be training 6 days a week, 2-3 hours a day, on the water every weekend. They've got a boathouse down at Wallingford. You'll look hench by the end of the year, but it will have been a serious amount of work on your part. So don't take it lightly. Some of these sports are really, really hardcore. We've got 2 Brookes gyms, one at this campus, one at Harcourt Hill campus. Membership for the gym starts from £180 per year. You can have different amounts, you can pay different amounts to get different times for memberships. You can go one-off for say £5, things like that. There's a swimming pool at Harcourt Hill campus, but you may find there's a swimming pool much closer to where you're living, so don't think you just have to use the university facilities. There's lots of facilities across the city that you can use. This is our climbing wall. It's a fantastic space. The Climbing Society get to use it 2 afternoons a week completely to themselves, and it was the tallest in the county till someone else in Reading built one a couple of inches taller. And this is the list of sports clubs that we have. You can do the normal sports such as hockey and football, but you could try new things such as ultimate frisbee, American football, a massive range. And just like the societies for the SU, if there isn't a sport that takes your fancy, do feel free at starting your own one up, because that's how these sports get added to the list. And it's a fun way to make new friends and keep fit at the same time. So, John Henry Brookes building. This is a new building. It opened in late February, early March this year, so we're still getting to grips with how it works. You're currently in the Students' Union area. The teaching floors are above us. You've got the canteen out the back. And then you've probably been through the forum where you've had a few coffees and some of the career centres are there. The library's all around the forum over 6 levels. And then in the yellow section, you've got the architecture and built environment studios. The colonnade at the top, that's what's still being built. That's going to be ready, hopefully, no, that will be ready by September 2014. And in there is going to go the Santander Bank that we've currently got on site, along with the Blackwell's bookshop, and as well there's going to be what's called a one-stop shop where you can pick up bread, milk, a bit of stationery, things like that. And then above that, on the upper levels, is where the medical centre will be, along with the Students' Union, along with the Student Dental, which is a dentist we have currently on site for anyone who wishes to go to the dentist.
So there are different opportunities whilst you're studying here at Oxford Brookes. One of them is to go on an exchange scheme. So you can either opt to go for a whole year or just one semester. These are just some of the countries that we partner with here at Oxford Brookes University. We also have a different range of European exchanges with the Erasmus scheme. So you can go to a European country and they'll be able to help you as well with funding as well. So do check, however, with your course where you are allowed to go, because some courses prefer you to go to different countries than others. So today, if you haven't visited the information zone, please do check them out and see if this is something that you would like to do. Do check out more information about that.
And to mention that this should count for one of your years of university. It won't add an additional year on. That's why there's constraints as to which universities you can go to. That's so that we can make sure that the courses that you take at that university counts for your year here, so it won't add an extra year onto it.
So there's also different job and volunteering opportunities that you can get involved in. We are student ambassadors and we get paid for what we're doing, so you can do something like that. Or you can do something locally in Oxford as well. So you can work in the local bars, clubs, restaurants, retail shops, or big chain supermarkets. A lot of the big chain supermarkets do offer transfers, so do ask before you leave home if that is possible. Also different opportunities for volunteering. So as we mentioned earlier, we have student reps for different courses. So you can volunteer to be a student rep, or you can be part of societies. They usually have like vice president, president, and so forth in their societies. And I'm actually going to be the events coordinator for the African Caribbean Society as of September. So that's something that's great on your CV, as well as great fun for you as well, to meet new friends, to meet the freshers as well. Also get involved with charities. So we have the non-mince pies charity that we work closely with here at Oxford Brookes. It's basically the elderly come into Oxford Brookes and just enjoy tea, coffee, and some mince pies. As well, we have the mentoring in local schools, which is a scheme that's for Oxford Brookes and Oxford University, whereby you can go into a child's home whereby perhaps they don't speak English as their first language, and to help them with their literacy skills.
So on to something that can be part of your course, field trips. This won't all happen for all of your courses, but as I said, don't worry if it isn't and you wish to go and explore the world. You'll find that through the societies there's lots of things to do. For example, the snow sports team goes skiing every single year, the climbing society goes on different treks. So if it's not part of your course, don't worry, there's lots of opportunities to do things like this. I've been really, really lucky with my course and the fact that we love having field trips. In first year we went to Berlin, in my second year we went to Venice, in this year just gone we went to Amsterdam to go look at different houses out there as part of my urban design specialisation. But I think my favourite so far is in my third year we went to Portugal. And this is a marble quarry, it's 80 metres from top to bottom. It's a phenomenal space. I would have never got to see anything like this without having come to university. But we were then challenged to design something for this space. And we went out to a place called Évora, and we were at a university there as well for a day. And the head of the architecture department and one of the tutors then flew back out here to Oxford to come and give us a crit. And so we had to then present our project from their home city, really, back to them, which was extremely nerve-wracking, but really great fun and a wonderful experience.
So on to Oxford City life. There's different things that you can get involved in from club nights. So there's more club nights than there is days of the week. So there is definitely something for your taste out there. However, there is also the traditional stuff. There's theatres, and then we also have the O2 Academy, where different artists do come in from different places, and they do performances there as well.
We've got some wonderful museums here in the city. On the left is the Natural History Museum, in the middle is the Pitt Rivers, and on the right the Ashmolean Museum. These are world-class museums on your doorstep. And as well as being a really nice thing to go and explore, to relax, to go and do, they can be really useful for your course as well. Say you're doing American studies or something like that. In the Ashmolean Museum, they've got Pocahontas' father's actual cape. You can see things like this for real, rather than just looking at a picture on the internet. These world-class museums have a lot of the stuff in them, so you can see the real thing for yourself. And that's a really good thing to have so close to you for when you're doing all of your different courses.
This is my favourite part of Oxford City Centre. The shopping is absolutely amazing. We have different types of shopping. So we have boutiques, the designer stores, and your retail stores as well, or your high street stores. As well, there's many different food chains that you can eat off. Some of them are hidden, some of them are obvious, but the hidden ones tend to be the ones that are the most nice, so do look out for them if you can. As well as we have what we call Cowley Road, just 10 minutes down the road from here. And here is like where you can pretty much eat cuisines from different parts of the world. So do check that out as well today if you can. If not, when you do come to Oxford Brookes, do check Cowley Road out, because it's great fun. Different things happen there as well, carnivals and so forth.
You'll find that most of the private housing for students is located just off the Cowley Road. So that's really a really big student hub for both Brookes and Oxford students, where we all seem to live. So it's a really fun buzz to the area. We've got some wonderful parks here in the city as well. This is actually just 2 minutes away from campus. It's on my walk to university every single day. It's amazing to be able to walk past such a great view. And having the park so close is wonderful, because if you're ever stressed from exams or you want to go for a run or relax, this is really, really nearby. But as well as that, if you're, say, a keen cyclist, it's only 10 minutes cycling through the suburbs before you hit the countryside here. So we're in a really good location, being so well connected to London and the rest of the country, but also being so close to the countryside and being able to have a really nice time and relax.
Oxford is well known for its punting. It's very exclusive to Oxford and Cambridge only. So if you do have the opportunity to go punting, I encourage you strongly to do so. I've been punting once. I'm not sure if I'll go again, because I was really scared to fall into the water, because when your friend is doing it and she doesn't really know what she's doing, it is an experience. That's what I'll say.
We've got the covered market, this wonderful space in the centre of town. It's full of little touristy shops, but along with that, with normal fruit and veg shops and butchers. It's where I like to go and buy my fruit and veg. I think it's really nice to support the local community, but also I found it's often quite a little bit cheaper than Tesco, and you can pick everything that you want yourself, so you don't always get sort of the dud fruit and veg. You can pick exactly the things you might want. And it's a wonderful space to go and explore.
Another great thing to be involved in is the St. Giles Fair or the Christmas Market Fair. The St. Giles Fair usually takes place beginning of September, so whereby they shut the whole St. Giles street in Oxford City Centre, and this is one of the biggest roads in Oxford, so you can just imagine how busy it will be. It will be different locals as well there, so it's a great opportunity to mix with the locals in Oxford.
So what happens at graduation and after graduation? We've got a really good careers and employment centre, and as you can see, some of our student ambassadors have a habit of modelling for all the different shots they need for it. So the career centre starts from day one as soon as you arrive. They're there to help give you advice on workshops with CVs, making sure that you get the really best personal statement for yourself. But along with that, they have job fairs and things like that, and they will help find you part-time jobs and summer internships. But don't just think they're there for a student. Once you've graduated, that service is available for up to 3 years after you've left. So say you're struggling to find a job or you're not quite sure what job you want to do after you've left, do come back, bring us your CV, they will check it, help you rewrite it and show you your skills to as best as you can. So we really will help you as best as we can to give you the best start after university.
And that is all from us. Thank you very much for listening. If you do have any questions, we are sticking around for a few more minutes. If not, if you do think of something once you leave, please jot down the website or the contact telephone number or the email address, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you very much for listening and have a lovely day.